Yeah, I mean, it's like technically you can, I could probably stream as long as you don't mind it, cutting out a lot. A lot. I remember talking about that with somebody, about the concept of wireless electricity, and apparently there is something you can do with that, but I got no idea how it works. I'm going to be honest here. It's like some weird nonsense. Okay. We good? It's complicated. Yeah, I don't get it myself, but I always think that like wireless electricity is lightning, right? But I guess that's not true. Look, we can talk about this during the run, which would be a lot more, I don't know, appropriate for like a lightning rod or something, but that's not it. Whatever. You know. Okay, let's start this thing up already. Okay. The Gold Digger, a nice, fast survival melee weapon, maybe the first one they've introduced in quite some time, considering that previously we had stuff like the Oven Axe, of course, which is, while a fun item, very slow, and then with the DLC, the Wrecking Ball is maybe the slowest survival item yet. Here, though, not only do you get a nice fast melee item, you also get a lot of ways to get even more gold and good critical hits at that too. I try that again. Something like that. Something along those lines. All right. Let's start this one up then one more time. The Gold Digger. My voice. Gold Digger also does some nice damage, yeah. That's something else I should be getting into as well. Okay. The Gold Digger, a nice, fast melee survival weapon. First one that has been introduced into the game in quite some time. Previous ones, of course, being the Oven Axe and Tombstone, which, as much as I like these weapons, are not the easiest to use. Toothpick, I suppose, can be fast, potentially, if you break it on an enemy, but that loses a lot of its damage. And then, of course, in the DLC, there's the Wrecking Ball, which might be the slowest of any survival weapon that exists in the game, if not just the slowest weapon, period. So it's nice that we get an easy-to-use and fairly effective, good damage type of weapon that can rival even something like the... try that one more time. One more time. I think I got it, though. Is War Spear the fastest survival? I don't know. I haven't used the revamped War Spear enough to really make that, to really know super well exactly how fast that is. It's definitely been made a lot faster. I don't know. Certainly there's something else that's probably even faster. Whenever I think of fast survival weapons, I immediately think of the shovel. Shovel is pretty good for actually hitting enemies before they hit you, which is sort of an issue with a lot of the later survival weapons. Second is like rapier fast? I don't know. I gotta go mess around with that a little bit more then. Maybe we'll do that in like the next episode as I'm kind of doing this here. But of course, immediately I'm getting obsessed with doing the intro too well, which, as you know, is a common theme in anything that I try to record. A lot of fun. Okay, let's start this one up. The Gold Digger, a nice, fast survival melee weapon. First one that they've introduced in quite some time. Because after all, the previous ones we've had are things like the Toothpick, the Tombstone, and also the Oven Axe. And then in the DLC, maybe the slowest melee weapon they've introduced yet, the Wrecking Ball, is a very clear... trying here. Survival and fast sounds like the title of my sex tape. That's... No, that doesn't make any sense at all. All right. Let's try this one more time. A clear AHH, indeed. What? Okay, let's start this thing up. The Gold Digger, a nice fast survival weapon introduced in the last update. First one that has been introduced in some time. Looking at something like the Tombstone, Oven Axe, or Toothpick. All fun to use, but incredibly slow. You'll usually get hit by enemies before you can even hit them. And then, of course, DLC introduced the Wrecking Ball, which might be the slowest weapon out of any in the entire game. It is a very clear theme Motion Twin has been working with for some time, only broken up by this weapon. And it also does, in addition to being a nice fast weapon, give you a lot of benefit too. A lot more gold, and then good damage if you just have more than 12,000 gold. With some of the mutations that have been introduced as of late, it makes that very easy to accomplish. I might not have the other two here right now, but Midas Blood, as long as I get hit enough, which usually happens within the first couple biomes, I shouldn't have any issue at all making this weapon really shine. So, let's start this one up. Still got on all the gaudiest of outfits here, as well as a couple of the ones that are specific to the bank biome. And I still am planning to be going into the bank, but who knows how this run is going to turn out. As much as I would like to say that I'm confident in this weapon being very good. Of course, as of late, I feel like I've been dying to curses even more than usual. And although this is a nice fast weapon, it still does have a little bit of an issue where, like, the second, or is it the third hit, sort of a slow one. Sure, you get that nice, like, telluric shock type of shock wave associated with it. But if you're not expecting it, you can get hit pretty easily when you think that you're just about to get, like, this hit going on. Well, let's see how this one ends up going. Obviously, incentivized biome is going to be even more important than usual. Although I like having that just for the extra money, getting money very fast is the name of the game. And sure, 10 gold per hit is nice, but 10 gold per hit is not that much. Especially considering this is supposed to be something of a... No? Okay. Especially considering this is supposed to be something of a survival weapon. I'm still planning to get hit pretty often. After all, that's just how survival goes. Such is the ways of survival. You can't get around it. You just gotta live with it. Well, at least now that with the reworked malaise, we don't have to worry about immediately dying after getting hit 10 times. Which, of course, is the thing that makes stuff like Midas Blood very, very useful. Even more so than just, hey, have nigh on infinite gold. Unless you're using the gold armor mutation along with it. Oh, boy. Well, hey, you know what? Aside from straight up getting Phosphorus Stone, this is pretty much the best I could ask for. There, already got the critical. Critical condition is fulfilled. I just got to not completely wang this one at the start. I don't like that. And I wanged it. Yep, see that third hit? That third hit right there. I told you that was going to get me, and I knew I couldn't get away without having to fight that elite. Still, though, hey, that was a good start. If only I didn't completely screw it up. Instant death. Look, as soon as I saw that electricity, I was like, oh man, I gotta get out of here. But then I was already queuing up the third hit. Look, it's entire, it's a lot of fun errors that I made trying to do that, and I think we can all see exactly where I messed that one up. All right, which one am I taking? How about you? If I happen to get lucky enough to get another cursed gem. Look, here's the thing. It's not that big of a deal, because after all, I'll be able to get a lot of money. Sure. I'll be able to get a lot of money by the end of this, just taking Midas Blood alone. Trust me. That is going to be an integral part of this build for good reason. Am I going to lose all of my health within the first couple seconds thanks to this? Yep. Man, I tell you. So, yeah, it is still somewhat of a question of getting used to this moveset. R.I.P. Cool Hat. Don't worry, it's going to be appearing in the rotation for outfits anyway. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Look, sometimes we need a little bit of a train wreck run, and this is just the start of it. It's fine. If we're currently less than, 10 minutes, I suppose, into this 5 minutes into this episode. I was looking at the stream time. It's fine, it's fine. This just goes to show you what happens when I'm trying to set up some of these runs. Usually I like to cut this out of most stuff, but why not keep it here? Nope. And There we are, with a little bit of nice fast damage here too. That should also make this very easy to kind of compensate for somewhat slower hits, even though I really do not think this is that slow. I've been told that maybe the War Spear, with it being reworked as of recent too, is also now considered an extraordinarily fast weapon, maybe the fastest of survival, but I haven't really been using that one enough to truly say one way or the other. Definitely, I've heard a lot of people singing its praises. It is a... Oh, that still hit me? It was on the backswing. Come on. Let's do some metagaming. Try to get double extra stats by the second area. But yeah, I've heard a lot of people sing the praises of that, talking about how it is one of the best survival weapons in the game now. But I don't know. It's still highly dependent on having extra enemies around for crits, and that means that some of the toughest areas, of course I'm talking about the boss fights, any one of the boss fights, is going to be not very good for that. In fact, unlike something like the symmetrical lance, where you can at least, get the critical for a little while after hitting multiple enemies, I don't think that's going to be possible to get criticals at all if you're trying to use the War Spear. But then again, I'm not really planning on doing that. I'm mostly just planning on not dying in the first area, which I think is has proved somewhat difficult to do, whether by curses or just particularly bad elites right at the start. I have been out of practice. Too much Baba Is You lately, Baba Is You, of course, has been a lot of fun and probably going to turn into a proper series on the channel for the new, I guess you could consider it DLC, soon enough. Don't worry about that. Pretty much after I had ended up doing most of the levels for that level pack, I think it was clear that the only choice was to kind of make a return to that series. But that's going to be later on. In the meantime, hey, you get the full breadth of different content on this channel, whether it's hardcore, twitchy, roguelike games, or turn-based puzzle games. They're all here, baby. Maybe one could say that does make it somewhat difficult to come up with an identity for the channel. I swear to God, if I die here, I'm going to restart this episode. I'm going to do it. Just try me, video game. Ah, screw it. I'm just gonna restart this. This is terrible. That's how that goes sometimes, though, :C. Don't you :C me. Fast survival weapon is a colorless weapon that's normally tactical. Yeah, of course, but that's not quite the same thing. Shouldn't have gotten rid of that necklace. Oh, whatever. The damage was not the issue there. I think it's more of an expansion than a DLC. I guess I would call the level creation kit like the DLC. Free DLC, but certainly enough content that you can get out of that for that. Hey, it worked for Binding of Isaac. You remember how Afterbirth Plus was mostly just the modding tools? But at the same time, also shouldn't be talking that much about that right there. Hey, we're doing Dead Cells after all. It's not really the important bit right now. Although I had died quite a few. Whatever. Let's just do this one again. All games are downloadable content. Not necessarily. You can buy like physical. You can buy like a cartridge. I'll download that. All right. Let's start this one up here. The Gold Digger, a nice fast melee survival. Okay. The Gold Digger, a nice fast melee survival weapon, one of the first that's been introduced in quite some time. I mean, you remember the previous update where we got stuff like the tombstone, the oven axe, the toothpick, all fun in their own right, but also extremely slow. Then the DLC, of course, introduced the Wrecking Ball, maybe the slowest of any weapon in the entire game. So it's nice that we finally got a little bit of a change of pace with the Gold Digger. Fast, at least for the first 2 hits, gives you some good damage if you manage to get 12,000 gold, which, of course, with mutations like Midas Blood, makes that extremely easy to do. And then you just regen it right back up with Necromancy. And, of course, it also gives you a little bit of extra gold on hit, too. 10 gold is not a lot, and I don't really think it's going to be shaping up to anything over time. But, hey, at least it's something. And now we finally got something that could rival even, like, let's say, the shovel in terms of how fast it can be used with a survival run. Well, there's also the war spear, which I've heard a lot of people sing the praises of, but I don't know, I haven't used it well enough to really get an idea of just how fast that weapon is. Well, let's get right on to this. Still, of course, got all the gaudiest of outfits on. The flawless ones, as well as the gentleman outfit from the new DLC. And I also got the robber outfit, also from the bank. I don't know if it's... I didn't call that the DLC. I'm going to try that one again. I'm going to stop doing this. Hey, everyone. Hey, Steph. Sorry that I keep restarting stuff. I'm feeling persnickety today. Oh, man. I just asked, like, second guy about when we're recording Aegis Rim. Oh, my God. What a nightmare that has been as of late. All right. Let's start this one up one more time. I think I got this one. I think I got this. Just give it 1 second. Look, it's only been 15 minutes. It's fine. It's fine. Your brain is a tad fried? Yeah, it's been a lot of content lately and, you know, current events. But we don't need to touch on that. But, okay. All right. Start this one up here in 5, 4, 3, 2. 15 minutes plus all that time on the previous stream. Yeah, well, I had to get the internet working. I did the internet bad. Anyway. Oh, come on. I've spent like a half hour just doing a little bit of just chatting stream at the very start. So we get the turtle. Anyway. Okay, start this one up. All right, starting 5, 4, 3, 2. The Gold Digger, a nice, fast melee survival weapon. First one that has been introduced in the game in some time. You might remember the previous update where we got stuff like the headstone, oven axe, and toothpick. All cool weapons in their own right, but not very fast. More often than not, you just get hit trying to use the oven axe. Try that one more time. I keep calling it the headstone, because that's what that is. It's a headstone, you know? Okay, starting 5, 4, 3, 2. The Gold Digger, a nice, fast survival weapon that has been introduced in the last update. The first one that we've gotten in quite... it's not that much of a tomb, true. Okay, one more time. Look, just let me be persnickety for 1 second, all right? All right. The Gold Digger, a nice, fast survival weapon introduced in the last update. First one we've gotten in some time. You might remember a few updates ago, we got stuff like the tombstone, oven axe, and toothpick. All fun weapons in their own right, but also extremely slow, especially the oven axe. You'd end up getting hit more often than you would hit enemies with this thing. And then, of course, the DLC introduced the Wrecking Ball, maybe the slowest weapon out of anything that exists in the entire game. It's nice to have a change of pace now with the Gold Digger. Good damage as long as you can get 12,000 gold. Good fast first 2 hits. Third one, a little bit slower, but at least it does a huge shockwave, like Flint style. And then, of course, there's also gold whenever you hit an enemy. 10 gold, which is not that much. I'm not even going to say that really it's going to add up to anything over time. But hey, at least it's something. Now we have something that'll finally compare to, like, the shovel. Even sort of the same use in real life, a pickaxe and a shovel, in terms of nice, fast melee weaponry. And of course, the other good combo that I got with this is Midas Blood. 3 gold per health points you lose, which means that it should be very easy to get 12,000 gold, probably by the second area at this rate, with how I've been playing lately. You know how that is. My Twitch recommendations have been great today. Oh, don't worry, I've had a little bit of trouble with the internet recently, so there was a lot of stuff like... it going up, the stream going up and down constantly, you know, the good stuff like that. I think it should be working now. All right, let's get this thing and take, I don't know, Cocoon's nice, but I think the obvious choice here is to try and go for the bear trap. Not that that's particularly useful with this weapon, but hey, it's nice. I mean, of course, the other kind of slow-ish, but still extremely useful weapon, Maw of the Deep, that has been introduced lately. Well, I did a 3-hour episode on that, what, a couple weeks ago? I think that's really all I need to say about it. That weapon's great. And the slowness certainly did not impact its usefulness at all. with it being the whole having the perfect combo with Wolf Trap like this. Well, anyway, incentivized biomes, of course, going to be the order of the day. Trying to get as much gold as possible as soon as possible. And if I can, as long as I'm not hurting super bad on health by the end of this first area, the plan is to take Midas Blood and hope that I get, I don't know, a couple food items here or there, and then the next area, sure, and then in the next area, try and actually get Necromancy working for me. Just kind of go back and forth between that. Should have enough gold to last me the entire run. The plan is, of course, also to go into the bank because, hey, even more money on top of that. I'll never be wanting for gold by the end of this. We'll see, though. Hey, you know, at least Rally's working for me, if nothing else. Okay. Another FromSoft game for the I'll play this. Oh, no, don't worry. Elden Ring is not going to be one of those, hey, I'll get around to it when you guys force me to or whatever. We're going to be doing that immediately. I'm telling you, as soon as it comes out, we're going to be ending the stream, and I'm going to be starting up Elden Ring, because after all, I have already been more or less commissioned to play that game. It is very much in the cards right now. Knowing that, especially, hey, why not get on that sweet FromSoft game? It's been some time since I played one. Well, I guess I did do a little bit of Dark Souls 2 as of recent, but I wouldn't count that exactly. It was one stream, and I mostly just spent it, just kind of chatting? Doing a little bit of just chatting here and there. Not quite the same thing, you know? But here, Elden Ring, planning pretty much immediately after we're done recording a little bit of Dead Cells. Maybe do 2 runs, 1 run if I just happen to be dying every 5 seconds, as what sometimes happens here. Maybe I shouldn't be going for every single curse I possibly can, but where's the fun in that? We'll see. I'd also like to go try out the gold. What is the money shooter, the coin gun I kept calling it when I first got it on stream here. It's like that one I still think has a lot of potential to it. It's just, man, you really can't be using that as your primary weapon. You're going to run out of gold almost immediately, even with Midas Blood. Of course, that's because Midas Blood is not going to be covering you too much with a tactics build, you know? Besides, you also can't get a lot of good healing with that, especially now that we, of course, have vampirism changed up. I haven't checked it recently, but I suppose I probably, before selling it, should have seen if they change that up anymore. I hope it's a little bit better now, but I'm sure that I'm sure that we'll get more opportunities to check out in the future, or you guys can just tell me. I don't care, whatever. Look, I'm perfectly okay with backseating as always. I could not care any less. Although then again, whenever I see other people stream Dark Souls, I know that the backseating sometimes gets somewhat out of control. We'll see how it goes with Elden Ring. Who can imagine? That's shocking, I know, right? Dark Souls, people being a little bit too excited to talk about Dark Souls. Yeah. What is Elden Ring? Just another Souls-like? Well, I mean, it is, yeah, very much another FromSoft game in the dark, demons, Bloodborne, whatever sort of you want to call it style. But of course, it also does have George R.R. Martin kind of there, giving a little bit of story assistance. So maybe there's going to be something interesting happening with that. I don't know. Do I want to go for the big stats? Do I want to try to stack the stats in my favor? I'm going to do it. When will you finish 2? 1 fortnight from 2/22/22. I don't know if you realize this. There's something of a theme going. I'm definitely going to return to it. Trust me on that. Because, I mean, much like how I played Puss back in 2018, I think that 2 is a game I still want to go through. I'm actually going to go up here and get the Crusher. I think that's a little bit better. You have to do another Persona 5 series. Oh, man. We'll see if that happens. There's no way. Why would that ever happen? Why would that happen? I still haven't even finished all the transcripting for that. Gold Thrower. Okay, that's what it's called. But, you know. No, I'm talking about me. It's on my to-do list, and I don't know when I'll finally be able to play it. I'm willing to put aside a little bit of time for that. Sekiro was a lot of fun. I still got faith in FromSoft to be putting out some good stuff. Ooh, I do also like the Scavenge Bombard. I'm gonna take that instead of the bomb for right now. It's sort of similar in some ways, not really. Whatever, who knows? It's the hook of your whole brand. Oh yeah, that's the hook. I think I'm doing good on health. I can take this, right? Famous last words. Never enjoyed the cannon. I don't know why. It's got very short range. Sort of frustrating to use, but I do think when you get it working, it does good damage and everything. Can really deal a number on enemies, and of course, unlike the powerful grenade, doesn't have a 30-second or whatever cooldown, which is sort of annoying to use in the thick of battle. As much as I do love that big burst, I will admit that it's not great for very tanky enemies, whether it's bosses or whatever. Here, even though I gotta be very close, I am, after all, using a melee weapon. Might as well try and have that work to my advantage. No reason not to. Golden ticket stick. I know, right? Took me so long to unlock this thing, too. I had to do that when I was doing my training arc during the DLC there. But hey, finally, it's done. Actually, I maybe should have just waited until I took a little bit more damage to maximize the amount of healing I was getting out of that. Healing and gold, of course. I'm sure it's going to happen. Arboretum is still a tough area. Hey, I'll take that, though. Alright, have you played Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion? I've watched a playthrough of it. I don't know. I mean, I still got a whole bunch of other games. Gonna end up doing Baba Is You again. Coming back for the expansion DLC. It's a level creation update that also includes a few... Come on, take them down. With the slowdown and everything, yeah, okay. Let's wait for later. Yeah, with the level creation tools, there was also developer-created level packs, so I'd more or less consider that an official expansion to the game. And since I played through most of it offline, and the funny thing is, of course, all I did was I was just watching somebody else play Baba Is You, and I'm like, man, I want to go get back into that. Of course, you have this entire big campaign that I just never even looked into. And of course, it's also significantly more difficult than anything that appeared in the base game. Take that, Return to Scenic Pond. But we'll get into that soon enough. Don't worry, it's not going to be a long one, and I've already done most of the prep-up work that I need to really get through levels without it being, without me fumbling around too much. It's happening. Okay, and there we go. I need to get that. You know, the damage is good, but the damage is good with critical. If you don't got that critical, and especially if you're trying to stack, a bunch of stats in favor of you, it is a little bit weak at the beginning here. But of course, this is also the hardest part of 5-cell mode. Are you going to do the museum? I've actually mostly finished the museum too. Not entirely. Oh, that was a rat. I thought that was a mushroom boy. Well, also pretty good, but I like what I got right now. I got most of the museum completed. I think it could definitely... maybe I'll just go wait for somebody to throw that on the Force Me to Play list. I can game the system in whatever way I want. As we all know, as we all established in the previous stream that I was doing, my favorite games are still mind games. I like the... Oh, I got 12,000. Nice. I love the fact that you can use the survival weapons to just dig through the floor. I mean, especially for the pick. Yeah, that makes sense, right? Because why not? Have you finished the 8 or so levels that came out for the base game since the original series? I mean, I looked up how you're supposed to get them because I had no idea where they were at. But no, I have not actually done those. I guess we could end up doing those on stream if you really want to. Look, I love Baba Is You. That game is great, and I would 100% be up for doing even more of that. But, you know, it did require me to play that game for 50 hours. I do have other things I'm technically supposed to be doing. Still. Don't worry, everybody. Aegis Rim will continue. I know you're all extraordinarily... More money? Nice. I know you're all extraordinarily excited for that. Daily episodes will continue. Make sure you watch the Shu Amaguchi episode. That's the big one. Well, at least it's the first big one. Every episode is a big one in Aegis Rim. What a weird game. Anyway. Yep. Okay. Man, I should really continue that series. I mean, hey, if nothing else, it does provide you that sort of podcast style in case you were missing that from, say, a Persona. So it's almost an extension. I mean, any sort of like really big, long, story-based game is going to be sort of like that. It's a weird game. Aegis Rim. I can't say I'm super into it, but I can respect the weirdness at the very least. There is some ambition in that. But then again, I suppose Second Guy has been telling me that entire time that apparently it's not that all that unusual. The sort of way that it goes about doing that for visual novels. Can anybody else confirm or deny that? I was kind of wondering when he was talking about it, but I genuinely don't know, not having played a whole lot of them. You know? It's like, is that just kind of how that is? Who knows? I don't know if anybody else around here is real big into the visual novel scene. Sure, why not? We got kind of a theme going on here, and this should at least make it easy to buy a bunch of stuff while I am still remaining above the critical. Marty's attempts to recap the story. That was something I wanted to do at the very beginning, which is try and get the Second Guy to give me a recap on the story occasionally. Because it's absurd. Gold shield armadillo pack. Actually, that's a good idea. I should do that. In fact, I might be able to do that with a knockback shield here. Although I might also just want to drop that and get the money instead. After all, much like all of these items, is all about money. Gold daggers, though, it's a little bit less important. I guess gold daggers, more than anything else, is going to have, as long as you're using the Midas blood with it, is going to have at minimum the benefit of sort of a semi spite dagger style of use. There we are. Nice. Because, you know, whenever you get hit, you get the critical. But I don't think the damage is as good compared to the Spite Dagger. Maybe, though. Maybe it would be worth trying to get a little bit of that good rally work there. I've obviously been, as of late, a lot more amicable to using rally. I think rally is... I mean, I've always liked rally as a mechanic. Speaking of which, hey, is that going to appear in Elden Ring? Probably not. But I wouldn't hate it. I still think that was one of my favorite additions that came out in Bloodborne. We'll see. How are you? I'll be honest here. I'm feeling a bit stressed as of late. I don't think that's anything unusual. You know, and I was mentioning earlier current events. But you know what I'm saying. That said, I mean, I guess I'm doing fine. As always. I'm sitting here, still unemployed and everything, but you know what? I still am very much enjoying being unemployed, at least for the time. Got an interview tomorrow, see how that goes. But until then, hey, we got Elden Ring, baby. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know if it's... I don't know. The reviews have been pretty good, but speaking of, like, Persona 5... It's like, that's also one of the best reviewed games, and we all know how I feel about that. We all know how I feel about Persona 5, and that's like one of the best reviewed games of all time. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Good luck for the interview in Elden Ring. Oh, man, we'll just see. I want hexes back. That'd be interesting. Hexes were weird. I still do appreciate a lot of the weird stuff that they tried to do in Dark Souls 2, even if I sort of think it's kind of it's a mixed bag. I've talked about Dark Souls 2 plenty of times. I think Dark Souls 2 something of a mixed bag. So I got my issues with it. I think as an overall experience, it's pretty good. Over hexes, I mean, you remember how there were like the dark what they even call them back in Dark Souls 1? The ones you got from Ula Seal. Well, they turned that into like an entire class of magic for Dark Souls 2. It was sort of cool, but it was more or less a lot like pyromancy, you know? Prison depths in this run. I mean, I'm going to try it, but I'm not going to promise anything. In the meantime, though, I think I've got pretty much everything I'm looking at. Base level version of the Gold Digger, though. I want to see if I can upgrade that. I'm sure I probably can. Maybe this is not the place to do it, but at least I have a shop here for it. Context, I haven't played any Dark Souls, oh, don't worry. I mean, FromSoft is one of those developers that, even when they're making a different game, tends to make the same game. So Elden Ring is not going to be tremendously different. We'll see. IGN gave it a 10, which seems mixed. It's a pretty niche game, in my opinion. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm just saying then, I might have reasons for distrusting Persona 5. You know. They know what they do best, so they do it, yeah. Well, I'm sure I'll get plenty more. Well, speaking of other things that they have done, though, I'm sure I'll get plenty more references to Echo Knight when I end up doing that. We'll see. Very strong, but draining your souls to use them. Dark version of Spells Miracles, scaled with how many souls you had. It's weird. It's interesting, but they did work a lot in the same way about then, like, stuff. Can you be drafted? No, I have serious anxiety. No, man. Remember the new game from Crosscode devs? It's Crosscode, but 3D. Same thing, but they're doing what they do best. Actually, this could be okay to take. I'm going to take it. I mean, maybe I'll just end up using that for right now, just to make sure that I'm not about to die. That's like Project Terra or something. It had like the same name as the one. It had like the same name as the special, the preview ending of Crosscode, didn't it? Sort of a goofy tying together of the games. I'm gonna just do this. Yeah. That'll work. That'll work at least for right now. We'll see. Oh. Yeah, Project Terra. Unfortunately, really generic. Well, hey, you remember how, like, super generic the name Overwatch is? Yeah, that turned out to be a huge success. I still am surprised they end up calling that Overwatch. What an incredibly forgettable name. Can't deny its impact, though. Okay. Let's switch out from the ranged weapon. Quick bow OP. Quick bow's a great item. But, of course, that's not the one we're using today. Digging for gold, baby. And yes, of course, you can already see. I hate how much damage drops off in this third area. It's a forgettable game nowadays. Well, you know what I'm talking about. Oh, man. I still have no idea what happened with Overwatch, but anytime I hear people talk about it, it's always like, well, I did like it. But, yeah, I have no idea exactly what it was. Overwatch 2. Oh, man, Overwatch 2. Oh, wait. Well, whatever. At least you know you get gold by taking damage here. As always, even benefits for that. It's nice that I can at least feel good somewhat about taking damage. Not ideal, but at least if I'm fast enough, I don't even lose that much health, ultimately. Whew, boy. Oh, boy. Play some minor songs in the background. I don't even... like 16 tons or something? I can't even think of anything. What would minor songs even be? The Undermine OST? Actually, that would probably be pretty good. You're right. I still gotta go finish up Undermine already. I've been putting that one off again for way too long. I'd like the proper finale update thing come out. Just was like, but I already played the game for 120 hours. I don't feel like it. Well, don't expect it anytime soon either, though. We also have Risk of Rain 2 coming out at the end of the month, and I was already talking about how I've been doing a little bit of Risk of Raining and 2ing in the background of everything else. Nice. Now, even if I don't need to use it, I can just purposely take damage and get a ton of money from it. Very cool. Also, Necromancy, even if I take a little bit too much damage, will make sure that I don't. Good, good, good. A sea shanty, but underground. Let me just go load up my... what do we got here first? Just go load up my sea shanty 2. Get right into that. Should also make sure that I get this. I'm looking for money. I'm looking for money. And I'm looking to... I haven't... something that I haven't really done since they, of course, changed up how elemental stuff work is really attempt to try and... Come on now. Okay, screw it. We're throwing down everything. Making this easy. I'm going to try and attempt to re-roll items into getting some perfect affixes. With this sort of stuff, I feel like I can finally start doing that again. Once again, I'm not broken up if I get hit. If I get hit, one, there's no kill count benefit to finishing the stage. And two, even if I get hit, that's just money that I should be able to heal up. And that's provided that I don't even get the rally before that. This is a very workable build. I like it. I like this bank update. I'll say that right now. Ugh. Bad hit, though. Just keep getting stunned. That's what I want. It's working. It's working. See, that's what I'm talking... Hey, there we go. Nice, too. I gave that up at the very start, but then we got it working again. Risk of Rain 2 DLC releasing March 1st. Man, I've really turned around on that game. I was so frustrated the first time that I played it. And then, like, actually, genuinely, I have a lot of fun. I still hate the final boss with a passion, though. Make no mistake on that. I actually, in my risking of raining and twoing... Oh, yeah, in my recent risking of raining and twoing, went and attempted Eclipse 3, was it? On the Space Marine, and everything was going super great right up until I got to the final boss and died in one hit. And it's just like, oh, come on. I was having so much fun right up until Mithrix just bonked me with the hammer. Sent me to horny jail, and then that's that run. It's done, everybody. Hope you had a good time. And I'm like, I did, up until I fought Mithrix. I tell you, scavengers. At least scavengers don't appear until you get into loop 2, until you start looping. So it's not that big of a deal. And then by then, you still have a ton of... of course. Ooh, I don't like this. There we go. And even then, like, scavengers, you still have a ton of other enemies around there, so big group hitting stuff like the gasoline or the wisp, will do its filthy, disgusting work. Like Crown of Vultures, especially pretty useful on multiple loops where enemies are coming at you fast and hard. It's like I think it's more manageable than Mithrix, who just gets out there and bonks you with a hammer. I don't like that boss. Still, though, every other part of the game I've warmed up to just a considerable amount since I originally played it. It's a very big turn. I don't even want to... It's one of those things where it's like I feel embarrassed that I was even that so harshly against it at the beginning. Yeah, the lunar scavengers, oh yeah, those guys are also bad. But thankfully that is 100% optional. Not even something you have to be concerned with unless you very much want to go for them. Oof. Mithrix on loop 1 is a nightmare. It's just, I don't know. I've tried going multiple loops with that guy, and it's gonna be hard no matter what you do, right? It's a tough boss. It's a Dark Souls boss in a looter shooter game, What can you say? But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So there's what's gonna be coming up in the next week here. All of your favorite turn-based puzzle games, hardcore roguelites, and of course Elden Ring. Souls-like games. What a ridiculous channel I run. Or as I like to call him, MILF Fix. Yes, that's right. Can't forget JRPGs. I have no JRPGs coming up. I mean, I guess, yeah, also visual novels. Don't forget about visual novels. That's also true. 42,000 gold in the third area. I tell you. What about Invisible Ink and Sexy Brutality? Oh, yeah, point-and-click adventure games and turn-based strategy games. What a weird mix of stuff. I really gotta, like, tighten up this channel a little bit. P5 is practically a visual novel. No, Aegis Rim is a visual novel, though. I gotta tighten up this channel in some way. I don't know how, but I should really do that. Give me recovery. Feel like that synergizes really well with Midas. Oh, and we're going in here, baby. Let's go. You have to be spontaneous. Although I think it's interesting, it is also, you know, yeah. Sort of makes it a little bit difficult to, when you know, there are so many different things on the channel like that. Bank for some loans. It wouldn't be the worst. It wouldn't be the worst. Hey, and I got this one. This is the robber outfit where you have a very goofy looking Gyan mask. Huh. I haven't even seen this one in action. Yep, it me. All right. I do have a good run in Invisible Ink going right now, but I haven't gotten to the end of it just yet. And I gotta say that usually the point where I start screwing stuff up is in the second half of the runs that I've been doing. Where's the red area? Kind of a big drop down here now, isn't it? All right. I mean, I guess, you know, you could say that Persona 5 definitely had more content. Oh, crap. Well, that's no good. Fortunately, that also means, hopefully, I mean, there is a... Dick. I mean, it's like, the Aegis Rim is more of a pure visual novel, is what I'm trying to say. Oh my god. I'm going to try and see if I can snipe these guys before they do anything. Ooh, nice. I also like that. I should have taken out the bow first, though. Yeah. Okay. I think I took... No, I didn't take out the thorny. Okay, that works, though. Good stuff, good stuff. Ooh, extremely close stuff, but also good stuff. Hey, also, you know. Hokuto's bow. Hokuto's bow might have been nerfed, but hey. Sick dodges. I mean, yeah. Oh. Let's take out this for right now, just to make sure that I'm not about to die to a curse. And by make sure, I mean at least have more potential that I'm not about to die to a curse. Okay, hey, I didn't actually activate the failed experiment. I feel accomplished. Good. Oh, okay. Your mayonnaise has increased. It always increases. I hate how much my mayonnaise is increasing on me. Basically constantly. All right, and hey, we're almost up to 50% health again, so that's at least cool. What was up with the rats? I guess I wasn't near enough to activate my turrets was the problem. More damage is more damage. After all, I tend not to use the shields as much as I probably should. I love mayonnaise. Don't slander me with your slanderous opinions. Okay. Scary, but hey. I'm alive, and that's what counts. I also got Hokuto's bow. I feel like it's been a little while since I've been able to use. Going with a lot of survival weapons, survival and brutality weapons as of late. Okay. Mayonnaise is a disgraceful condiment. I like mayonnaise. I'm a big fan. Yeah, P5 had the dungeons, whereas like Aegis Rim doesn't have that as much. It has the gameplay sections, but I don't know. It's well, not as much. Oh god. Oh no. Well, I'm at least got his health down a little bit. Oh my god. Okay. God, that's frightening. And there's the mayonnaise as well, increasing. Okay. Those dudes look sick. They're so annoying to deal with, though. Don't you dare. The fact that they will just do big suck on the gold is very frightening and bad. Make sure that I get the stuff working for me here. Small range, but does a good job at least keeping those guys out of my hair. Okay. There we are. There we go. Fun other stuff occurring because I'll take an upgrade. 100%. Certainly got the money for it. Yeah, baby. There we go. Finally. Took me so long to actually get an upgrade for that thing. See, that's why I was trying to get that in the first area there. Look at those numbers going down. Anyway. I also notice right now, usually you have like blood dripping from you. Here I have gold dripping from me. Because it's Midas blood. That's a really neat little touch, Motion Twin. I appreciate it a lot. What a good tiny detail. Nope. There we are. Okay. Whew. Actual design of Persona 5 was top notch. I did really like the battle system and everything. I talk about that all the time. But, you know, the writing. And most of the game is writing. That was the unfortunate thing. Alright. Oh my god, I'm going to have to deal with another one of the super monsters coming up here again. I should actually just take these things out before they, before gold becomes, an actual thing I'm concerned about. Oh, great, miasma, too. Yeah, I suppose they're going to... miasma's... Oh, great, and we got another one, too. Goal here, obviously, is to try and take these things out before they go into final form and start slamming me with the slammos. Yeah. Because that's the frightening thing. They can hit you from so many different places. Like the gold in that way, basically. More or less. But the damage is already so much better. Nope, take it out. I just don't want to deal with this thing. Okay. The level 3 one, that's the problem. Those are the frightening ones. Level 2 one, frustrating. Damage reduction, not great. More manageable than the level 3 ones. Okay. Get these turrets working for me. God, I do... the other thing about Scavenge Bombard is that I do just love having another survival turret. Crusher's great and everything, but now I can have 2. Also should be using... Also, I realize right now I'm not really using the Hooktoe's bow as much as I probably should. Alright. Trying to get 6 kills, though, with this mutations build. I mean, I'm just trying to survive at this point. You know, send me in here. I got the money for it. If I can get the 60 kills, though, I will be happy with that. I've gotten hit pretty hard thus far. Trying to go through this area. But hey, 3 more. That should make this work. There's the 60. All right. No gold golems around here, so it's looking pretty saucy. Yep, feeling much better. 3-2. Shut up. I had that one basically on lock as long as a gold golem did not appear. That's, of course, the major worry. Also, like if I got the other mutations here. I still have yet to do that. Oh, here it comes. And of course, oh, at least I got the rally immediately. Thank God I queued up that hit right before he got the swing off. Of course, I would have preferred to have killed him before I got the swing off, but you know what I'm saying. There. Just remember I got the Hooktoe bow. I keep forgetting about that. I'm not used to having this thing now. Such an important part of so many of the builds I've used. Not as useful now. More great shields. Cool. Are you really a doctor? No. I mean, I'm a doctor in video games. Unfortunately, it is a self-ascribed degree, so I don't think that it will hold up as like an official piece of like in officiality in any way. How do I even describe this? Man, we got the elites down here, don't we? Well, at least once again, the rally is actually working out for me. I'm glad I didn't get the, you know, I'll take that just for the extra health. I'm glad I didn't get the curse chest around here. Okay. How you doing, by the way? Okay. Good. I'm actually going to take this as well. I got the cash for it. Okay, I have a theoretical degree in physics. Anyway, not a mimic. You never know, though. But it's probably worth fighting him. Get some cool upgrades. Yeah, you're also not a mimic. For now. Did I get the green key? No, I got the blue key. Okay. So, let's get up there. How do you get mimics to spawn? I just do. That's the frustrating part about it. Explore the area before you fight the food shop mimic. Well, it wasn't a food shop mimic. Not this time. Really, I was considering getting the food before going in there, but I think I have a pretty good idea of where the mimic's going to be appearing. I think there is a guaranteed one in here somewhere. So, it's going to happen, unfortunately. No, stop that. Cut that out. Inspect the item. Well, let's see if there's any sort of indication, because I'm not sure just yet. In the meantime, though, I can take you out at least. Okay. Okay. I'll take that one over. Actually, that's probably not even more health. Yeah. Maybe. I mean, it's probably roughly about the same health regardless, so shouldn't be too persnickety about it, but it's good to think about anyway. Get that explosion for maximum gold. And get on out of here. Okay. Ugh. Can mimics ever spawn outside of the bank? Not at the moment, but if there's enough petition... I mean, I'm not going to say it would be a good thing, but maybe if you went to the bank or something. I don't know. That's still frightening. That's a frightening proposition. Those guys are pretty tough. I'm sure if I got used to them, though, it's just like, hey, better items or more healing items. It's a good proposition. There's benefits for fighting them. It's just, I don't know, man. Kind of rough. Mini bosses for good reason. Weapon is pretty good, eh? Yeah, I mean, well, I did just get, I mean, I got a lot of gold. I made sure to get a lot of gold. I also have gotten a biome appropriate upgrade. So it is, we're looking at a fairly good run, but like, yeah, just slamming down one shot in a lot of these dudes. There's good, yeah, take them out before anything dumb happens. Nope, he hit me anyway. That's okay, though. I can take one hit. I just don't want to get any more gold into that fellow. And it's hard to do when you're just like running around. I mean, scout out the areas a little bit more would be the obvious thing, but nah, screw that. That's boring. I'm doing it fast and loose, baby. And I'm also probably not going to go for the bonus area this time. Sure, colorless weapons. I think we all love them. We all know them. I don't think it's worth it, though. I'd rather just not take damage. Not worry about that. In fact, I might just get out of this area at this point in time. Last and Foos. I'm fast and loose. Oh. Nice to meet you, Mr. Fast and Loose. I appreciate your work enough that I mention your name pretty much constantly. Literally 1984. Did you see the last episode of Ovivo? Okay. But yeah, literally 1984 out of 3890. Hey, I did it, everybody. I got the... I guess it's not really that funny of a number. It's like a moderately funny number. It's a good statue. I love the statues in this area. Anyway. Okay. It's a good weapon, though. It's a good weapon. Yeah. Oh. It's an upgrade. Scan bombard. I don't see Yeah, of course. Well, we all knew it was coming, but still. Okay, good damage at least. Just gotta... Whoa. What was that about to do? What was that? What was that big circle? There was a big circle there. I don't like that. I ain't never seen that. Well... There's no indication if you're hoping for one. I was wondering if there was something. I guess I'm not surprised, though. One-shot circle? It might have been. I don't know. I killed it before it got it off, so that's good, but... I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's go up to the green floor. At least do a little bit more exploration around. I want to see if I'm missing anything. They're just going to hug you. I don't like that at all. Oh, Axe cannon. No, actually, XI cannon. Even more. Well, okay, so I guess there is, like, actual penalties to going in really hard on melee. Obviously, there's a lot of penalties to going in really hard on anything, even if you're going ranged. Obviously, you have the old, oh, great. I'm just going to try and bait the gold golem up here. Or at least kill enemies not around here. Oh, there we go. Oh, close. Close, close, close. I thought I was being clever. And I was, just not clever enough. Let them finish their attacks. No, they don't let me finish my attacks. Why should I let them finish theirs? You think this is my first time at the survival rodeo? If you're going to use slow attacks, you should know what that entails. Take it out. Take it out. Yes. Yep. 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 Oh, the money. The money, baby. I'm already back up to 40K. That's after buying a 20... Oh, well, that's no good. Just keep it in mind. Keep it in mind. Okay. What's up here? What is up here? Oh, that's probably where the gold golem came from, right? Well, I don't have to deal with him now. Meowny. Money. Why do I have so many ways of saying money? Money. How did that happen? It needs one more form. No, it doesn't. Okay, okay, and I'm not going to do this one. That's a little bit too spicy. A little bit too rich for my blood, which is made of gold. So that's very rich, you understand. Exceedingly so. Okay. Oh, man. But yeah, after spending 20,000 gold on a potion, I'm already back up to 40K. It is, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It is, a workable build. Just don't die. Goliaths have 3 forms? No, I have 4 forms? No, they have 3 forms. It's the rule of 3s. Come on. Thank you, Yulia, for the sub. I love you. Okay, okay, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Look, I barely survived, but I actually did survive. Didn't even take disengagement, so I'd say that I did a pretty good job here, eh? Let's get out. Don't get hit forehead. Oh, exiting the bank right into the first boss. As always, I feel like the most important thing to accomplish is actually getting into the zone and through the zone. Hey, what do we got? 28% of your max health, 2% per melee attack. I just don't think it's worth it. Speed boost is nice, but nah. Motion Twin, give it a little bit of a buff, please. Doesn't play Borderlands. Well, obviously. I don't play like any shooter. We were talking last time about how absolutely atrocious I am at when you last exercised yesterday. Come on. But what was I saying here? We were talking about how badly I was playing Metro. Get in there. Let's get it working. No, yeah, make sure that I get this here. Again, I keep forgetting about this cool weapon that I got in the previous area. It's very cool. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get him. Okay, let's keep working for it. Okay, okay, okay. Get the buff, get the damage. I want to at least get the legendary item. We're going for gold, baby. Gold for gold. And it's good. It's gold. Ugh. That means legendary items. Although I don't know if I'm going to go to the Fractured Shrines. I think I'll go to the Fractured Shrines, but I won't take the Cursed Chest. I just think that I don't want to give up this run. This has been a clutch run. I don't want to lose in that area. It'll be pretty bad. Oh, I'm sorry. My inner teenager was coming out there for a second as I was complaining. Okay. Okay. Oh boy, oh boy. Eating potato chips is an exercise, but I sweat and pant so much when I do it. How can you say that? Doc, you're a teenager. Don't lie to us. Shut up. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm a cool adult. I mean, I'm a cool adult, guys. Anyway, continuing on here. Have a hard time, no hidden concierge, and I do Hand of the King or the Giant. Always something goes wrong, always once. It's very easy for something to go wrong, isn't it? And it's so embarrassing because he is the easiest boss, but it's just... Well, I am sorry, Quick Bow? There's a new ranged weapon in town, and it's called the blowgun. It's just a phase, you guys! Ugh. I don't know what I did to my voice lately, but it's just, man. Let's go to the Fractured Shrines. Well, Sanctuary. I haven't gone to the Sanctuary in quite some time either. Whatever, it's fine. Oh, yeah, also, yeah, I did plan to... everybody get out of here. Everybody get out of here. You get back to the original area. I was going to re-roll some stuff. Because I got the money. I got the meowny. This is a good time for it, baby. Oh, poison. Well, what do we got here? What do we got? We can... Do I want to greed? How much do I want to greed here? How much do I want to be greedy about here? The Curse and the Fracture isn't that bad if you pick it up after unlocking the second teleport. Yeah, but the problem is you've already killed all the enemies, and there's usually kind of a big walk back to the teleporter. Legendary times 4, 2. I like that though. That's a good affix for this. Do you want me to go all 4? I mean, I got the money to gamble, yeah, but look, I got all the money in the world, baby. Just don't lose your critical condition. I don't think I will. And even if I do, I'll be able to get it back very easily. Let's go all in. Hey, that's not too shabby at all. Get some good poison synergy on here. Yeah. Get a little bit of extra damage from. I mean, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for gold, baby. Bleeding, no. Burning oil, real close, but I want poison as well. No. Come on. I don't want to lose the poison now. The poison's such a good synergy, but this is all pretty good. Also, yeah, I did get underneath the critical stuff. Too much greed. But hey, baby, we're going for gold. No shield? Well, when I have something like this, I don't necessarily need a shield. I got 80% extra damage. Yeah, I know. Colorless Hokutos. I know, but it's like now I even have something that's kind of better than Colorless Hokutos. 80% extra damage is not to be doubted, you know? Yep. Oh, yeah. Can't one-shot stuff because I'm under the gold limit. Gotta go get that gold, baby. Yep. That, though, still works just fine. Also, a nice, easy way to get rid of the crows, too. Well, you can't be poisoned, but that's not as big of a deal. Look, as soon as I get back to critical, we'll be looking... we'll be looking pretty saucy, let me tell you. Look at how much damage that's doing just by itself. I don't regret the greed. I think greed's working out for me here. Who doesn't love the old OP run? And with this much money, it's that much easier to get the big boy, big damage that I crave. Like Brondo. Just gotta get that critical again, baby. I'm not gonna take the Cursed Chest. Cursed Chest is too spicy. Way too spicy. Way too dank, as the kids say these days. And by kids, I mean me. I'm a teenager. I'm cool. I'm so cool, I'm so hip, it's all right. So groovy, it's out of sight. Yeah. Okay. So close to getting that critical. Come on. Okay, kids make Faith No More references, right? Okay, Boomer. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Get that slow down and get right behind him. And bam. Oh, if I could just get... Ow. Hey. Well, hey, that's money. That's enough money, actually, to get me the critical. So, I ain't too disappointed with it. Oh, look at these combos. I honestly kind of want to go and get the Acrobata pack at the same time, too. Obviously, it's not going to give me too much damage for it because I'm not building tactics, but yo, the extra benefit that I get from just getting a mark on there would be kind of incredible. Good build. High quality, big boy, big build. Like, look at it go right now. Ow. Well, at least I didn't get hit by the sight. That's kind of the more important point. You back rat. Yeah, well, whatever. Look, actually, let's go see what's in the... I kind of fought this guy to go check in this area. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, the saucy boomerang. Also a good choice for Acrobatic Pack. Oh, what are we doing? What are we doing here? Yeah, I mean, Rally, of course, is definitely on point in this run as well. God, I would take any of these. Boomerang, please? But that would mean that... well, I'm not going to get rid of the blowgun, but I am going to get rid of the Hokuto's bow. I'm sorry, it's just... it's a gold digger run. Hey, we can have multiple runs going on at once. That's the beauty. We're not doing single run anymore. That stopped being a thing in 2018. Single weapon runs. Nice. Also a good way to get me more Meowny, too. Nice try. I got good spatial awareness. Don't worry about that. Sometimes. Not when I died to that one zombie in this area. What's in here? Nothing. Grr. God, I can't believe I died to that zombie. That is like the most embarrassing death that I've had for a long time. Dying to the basic Goomba enemy of the game. Yeah, with a curse, but still, that doesn't make it any less embarrassing, really. Who dies to a Goomba? Unless you're playing like some sort of super hardcore Mario hack. Of course, which of course I still have been watching as of late, in case you're wondering if I was still doing that. Hey, don't make fun of the 1-1 Goomba. Oh yeah, the game didn't explain to you how to jump just yet. Yeah, tutorials, everybody. Am I right? Hey, is this thing on? Okay, what do we got? Some good stuff here, but like, I don't know, I still like the build I'm working with right now. Also, scroll fragment, I am going to go take that. That's actually probably still going to be useful at this point in the run. This is a good high quality run, which is why I do not want to lose it to a curse. You can understand my hesitancy, all right? Anybody who says that they don't is lying, and would definitely not be taking that on their own. Trust me. I know Dead Cells. What about the Death and Zero boss cell? What do you mean? That didn't happen. Anyway. Okay, anything else I'm looking... I mean, I should get all the money I can, right? Why not? But the extra damage, though, I know. We all like extra damage, but there's a point where it's just not worth it. And I think with this sort of build, I'm hitting the point where I'm just going to be hitting boss caps and one-shotting enemies every and anywhere I go. Like, observe. Look at that. Yes, we all love seeing the big 100,000 in a single hit damage, but you gotta think about survival, right? I've already gotten the greed, you know? I fought the Mimic. I went into the bank in the first place. The greed is on. The greed is on. The greed's happening in this run. Ooh. No, I still have, unless it's, no. Affixes are not good enough to take. Then skip all the scrolls. Okay, now come on. We gotta strike a balance between the hardcore big boy run and then, trying to amass all the fortunes that you possibly can. I know we are oh, what have we got here? Speaking of which, oh my god, that's so good. Although, I don't know if I've been so blessed here, hashtag blessed, with everything that I don't think it's worth it. I'll still pick it up, though. Make sure it's not on the pedestal. Chat, you got any opinions? That's a great item. Talking about, like, the rally and everything that I've been taking, it's like, there's some good things going on here. I don't know. I don't think it's worth it. I'm not going to take it. I might take Death Orb, though. I do love myself a door, and besides, Crusher's already falling behind a lot. You've got a build. Yeah, I got a good build. It's like I don't know how that would fit in the build in any way. Everything's already kind of like gravy right now. I'm just looking for things that are going to be moderate increases, and then I'm probably going to go grab Acrobat Pack instead of the the thing. The like rally. Get that extra boomerang out here at the same time as everything else. It's a good play. Take that too. It's a lot less health though. I don't like that as much. But at the same time, you make sacrifices for the build that you want. All right, roll the +1 ammo on the boomerang for a show of status. I mean, that'd be something, right? That would be the show of status, right? Right? No? It's a good idea. Just purely, look, if we're going to go for excesses, that is a good idea that will not compromise the run. That's what I'm saying here, you know? Woof. Take him out, baby. Well, kind of. Will you start Elden Ring today? Yep, that's the plan. As soon as I'm done with everything we're doing here, I am going to be going into Elden Ring. I was just talking about that. Now, here's a question. Do you want to see Lighthouse? You want to see 5-cell area? Because it's been a little while since I've done 5-cell area on stream. So maybe we could hit it up. Yeah. Lighthouse, I'm seeing like a little bit of a I'm seeing like a little bit of 5-cell area. I'm seeing more 5-cell area. I mean, I could do like a little straw pull type of thing here. Oh, I killed the... Hey, look, everybody. Killed the snake before I could pick back up its spear. Kind of funny. I didn't even know that was a thing that could happen. I thought it would just disappear after time. But, yeah, I feel like I've gotten a lot better at Lighthouse. And this would definitely be the sort of run that would take down Lighthouse, the Queen boss, real quick. Provided that I get to her, of course. But... also just you mix it up. I like mixing it up. I like getting something a little bit different going on here. Keeps it fresh. You don't want to always... Oh, I thought the game was about to crash or something. It's like, no, it's beta. It shouldn't be crashing. You don't want to always go to the chest. Sometimes you want to hit up the dark room. Or even try to fight Delirium. Ain't no Delirium fight equivalent in this game, though. All right, we got anything else going on? Yeah, scroll fragments. A little bit of Meowny. Yeah, I mean, I could maybe try to pick up the chest and then go to the right. That should be a fairly safe area. I don't want to, though. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I don't like it. I don't like it. I do not like this as a situation that I'm currently in right now. Take that, though. Money still remains important, especially as it is more or less my lifeline in terms of damage. Okay. Even more healing. I could just sack a hit right now and just, see if I can't make something happen. Oop, hit him in the back. I didn't even get the shot off. Was able to take him down with a gold pick easy enough. Even more Meowny. And one more. Oh, as much as I like the explosive crossbow, does not fit in the build. Please take the chest. I can't, though. It's too risky. It's too risky. If I die here, that would be an embarrassing end to what's otherwise been a pretty excellent run. Of course, it does give you that little... I mean, look, here's the thing. There's a good chance that I might end up dying anyway. My tendency to wang everything is a thing of legend. Here, I'll do it. I'll do it real quick. I'm gonna go get rid of a little bit of malaise here, but in the meantime, I'll make a poll. Does ourselves have a boss rush? I mean, yeah, in the like practice mode, you can do a boss rush if you want to. I mean, otherwise it doesn't have like a true boss rush. There have been mods for that before. All right, we'll just make this like literally 1 minute while I go and get the thing. See what y'all gotta say. Oh, okay. What I got? It's so cursed it even affects you if you die in the game, you die in real life. Okay. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of yeses, actually. Are you guys sure? Y'all sure about that? Well, we're about halfway done here, so... I mean, I think the democracy has spoken. Oh boy. Well, there's people going for the third option than I expected, I'll be honest. Should've just made it ooh-woo again. I mean, yes, I did get 88 kills without taking damage, but like, man, let's see what happens. I'm not restarting the run if I die here, guys. I want everybody to remember at home, watching this on the VOD later, that if I die here... Oh, man, Gilded Yumi, you don't say. Oh, and it also explodes in Toxic Cloud. Should I take that? I'll make this happen. Try and make this happen, at least. No, let's not. Let's leave that away for right now. It's a little bit too slow. The blowgun, of course, is a very fast poison dealer. That's what makes it very good. Now with minimal malaise, I'm also not going to have a whole ton of enemies spawning around me, so should be... Yeah, that was actually very safe, as it turns out. It was not nearly as frightening as I thought it would be. That said, I'm going to get out of here before birds do their thing. And we'll just save this for the next area. Which is apparently going to be a 5-cell area. I kind of thought that y'all would choose that. All right. Not enough enemies on Fracture. Take the curse to the next zone. That's exactly what I was thinking too, because I just didn't want to get like sniped by the Snake Man there, you know? Nothing here of interest. You didn't poll? I mean, I know I didn't poll, but this is not a polling stream. Come back next week if you want the polling stream. What to do? What to do? Lighthouse would win. Maybe. But I suppose we won't find out. Yeah, those birds, I mean, they're frightening. They're frightening and they'll take me out easy. Well, hopefully I don't immediately wang it here either. Boo you! Oh, whatever. I took the curse. Is that not good enough? How much more do you need from me? I'll tell ya. Poland. What? Oh, wait. Yeah, okay. It took me a second to register why you just said Poland randomly. All right. Well, minimal malaise, so at least I don't need to... At least I don't need to worry about enemies spawning all over the place here, which is good, as always. Oh, I just don't even like that guy there. Come on. Try and take this guy out before I get coiced to death. Good. 2 more left. Now, I don't even want to deal with the elite, so I'm just going to book it on out of here. We'll get back up later on. Entertain this jester. I am. Is this not entertaining? I'm not dying to curses. That would have been an embarrassing death. There, was that good enough? I can't believe they put that right there. That is the what a jokester position that they threw that in. Oh. I didn't die though, so it's cool. Ow. Stop that. Okay. Adrenaline, wow. just had to stress puke a little bit. But did you see that? It was like literally right as I was about to climb up that, as if it was a dumb gotcha moment or something. Like they made a jump scare in Dead Cells. Well, only a jump scare if you're cursed, but still. Otherwise, it's just annoying. But hey, guess what? I was cursed. At least I didn't die. I'll keep what I got right now. I like this build. Should try and... Actually, everything does have plus damage on poison, so... Yeah, damage is looking pretty saucy. Anything plus on burn, too? I have inflammable oil. I have plus damage on burning oil. It's not the best, because that's a very minimal oil. Oil burn is... never really works out as well as you want it to. And it died anyway. Good. Called Evil Empire for a reason. I do like the hardcore games, which can sometimes feel a little bit unfair occasionally. I mean, really, that's from me for not looking ahead, but still. Anyway. Well, once again, you can thank chat for that, for forcing me to get into that position in the first place. I would not have done that otherwise, but hey, more stats is more stats, you know? I'll take whatever advantage I can get, even though I think maximizing out my damage here is... I forgot to get Acrobatic Pack. Ah, damn it. I want to get that thing used... I want to start using the... Oh, I don't know. Okay. I want to start using the cool boomerang with it, along with everything else. Although, obviously, I think I probably want to switch out the... items here, because I do actually want the boomerang dealing damage. Frankly, I should have just taken out the boomerang for the curse in the first place. But I guess, you know, certainly the other thing does enough. The blowgun does more than a good enough job just by itself. Okay? Now here, how about this? I might not be going to the lighthouse. More Virginia Woolf references. Do I want to go into the distillery, though? Because there's still also that possibility. I don't know if you want to go full-on Schadenfreude. I did beat the bank, which is sort of the secondary objective that I had for this run. But I am also kind of looking to make it successful. That I'm definitely going to take disengagement for, on the other hand. Maybe actually switch out... Midas Blood. I don't really need that too much anymore. Distillery's lame. Fuck the distillery. Well. Maybe I'll make a poll. Never really know what... Really now? No. You had your chance. Get out of here. Okay. Again, Pog. What a good run. If anybody's looking for the seed, it's in the right side of the screen. Some good stuff here. This is a good survival run, isn't it? Returned with a vengeance, and yet I ignored it. And that blowgun's also doing some good boy damage. Good boy damage? Yeah, whatever. Good enough. That's words. I'm speaking words. That's the most important part. Wait, what's going on with that? Sure. Keep myself hale and hearty. For the time. Jim Zen, we're doing Elden Ring today. First, though, a little bit of Dead Cells. I don't know, at this rate. I was thinking about doing more runs, but I'm just like, I don't know. This has been still very stressful. Never forget just how stressful these runs are. Speaking of stressful games, though, I got to get on board with, like, Darkest Dungeon 2 eventually. Still waiting for a little bit more content, but I have been watching people stream that. That does like a good game. Fairly impressed with what I've seen so far. Still want to wait for more content, though. Okay. Castle mini bosses should be cooler. I feel like I'm gonna just like wipe the floor with them as soon as I get into their fight, because I got some big damage now. Like, look at this damage. I'm almost up to, like, I am up to 30 with the legendary items. You can see me just one-shotting everything as I'm walking through here. And if it's not one-shot by the initial hit, it's one-shot by everything else. There we are. Good stuff. DD2 is a downgrade? I don't know. Darkest Dungeon 2 also, Darkest Dungeon 1 even had its, it had its flaws. I just think that, you know, much like how the original Darkest Dungeon 1 worked, where it did really take a while to, you know, start to shape up in early access, I see the same sort of thing happening with Darkest Dungeon 2 right now. And that's why I want to give it a little bit more time. That's a good hit. I want to give it a little bit more time before I try taking the deep dive in there. Okay. All right. Oh, doing fuckboy damage over here. What is that phrase? What a weird way to phrase that. Give me the 15% damage reduction. I don't really care too much about the other affixes. More newbie friendly, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I've gone on record so many times saying that, you know, I don't think an easier experience is any less valuable than a hardcore one. And I say this as somebody who has gone very deep into many a hardcore game of many different styles. You know? People really dislike when they make the games less difficult. I think that you can overlook that sort of criticism. I don't think it's as important as people make it out to be. Got 63,000 gold. I think I should be good, right? Yeah, I think I should be good. Let's end up. I want to take then disengagement. What else then? Yeah, give me the big health increase. I like that too. Then probably necromancy again, just to be sure. Although, still thinking, I still want to take acrobatic back. I don't know. Kill rhythm? Some good stuff here. Bit too much to me in terms of despair. I mean, for me, eventually, I played that game for a very long time. Eventually got to the point where it's just like clockwork. You're just like, okay, I know how to do all of the risk mitigation. I know how to do all of this, that. It made it so, you know, there's still plenty of unpredictable things, especially if you're installing mods, but I don't know. There we go. I do like the big campaign of Darkest Dungeon 1 rather than just the run-based content. Did DD1 get better the more updates it received? I played a bit when it first came out, never saw content again. Oh, man. Like, I remember back when they first introduced corpses and people lost it. People were just apoplectic about that. Eventually, you know, giving you the option in the menu to turn those off. It's like that alone was like a big thing. Yeah, well, no perfect fight, but that's okay. Still, of course, I still fucked. I don't know. I think that positioning enemies, like getting like big melee enemies in the back of stuff is still such a good strategy, especially like in the cove. It's one of those things that I couldn't even imagine playing the game without it. But then, you know, there's also like a bunch of the other characters, how masses. Remember when the Jester's stress heal affected the entire party? That's, yeah, all your frontliners are useless. Well, you should be expecting that then, and take out an occultist, go get the Eldritch Grab and everything like that. I think it's a part of the game. I like it. I like it. You should be taking out the Bone Nobles first anyway, with how stress works in that. Jester, oh my God, Jester's finale, the dunk build. Everybody remembers the dunk build, right? Ooh, that was some good stuff. You kind of miss that old one, but yeah, things got changed up a lot, and of course, you know, we got the cove over time. We got the Weald over time. So many more just little changes here and there for quality of life, and of course, like the many trinket updates and everything, and then you got the DLCs. I still kind of question some of the bits of. Oh, come on now. Still question some of the bits of like Crimson Court, please. But overall, I liked it quite a bit. I think it had some good stuff in it. Initially on release, though, that was a mess. If anybody gets the vampirism, you just yeet them right out of the party. Like see an entire series on Darkest Dungeon. I did a stream series on it. If you're looking for that, it was a. I did get through like the entire game, but then I got so frustrated with the Crimson Court finale that I was just like, nope, we're done, everybody, pack it in. After I had a full party wipe there. Oof, that hurts. It's a painful experience if you've never had it before. Because, like, yeah, I forgot how the queen worked, I'll be honest. The countess. That's her name. Take her down. The only thing I didn't like about Crimson Court is Fanatic Boss. I feel like he was an interesting little addition, but yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, if you're not building specifically for him, good luck. Spawned on even one cursed character. That's about risk mitigation, you know? But yeah, I'll say about Darkest Dungeon 2, I did like the big campaign. Although one of the big criticisms that I had about the original Darkest Dungeon is that game was too long and too grindy by the end. It's kind of frustrating in that way. Darkest Dungeon 2 at least does not take, you know, literally 40 hours to go through an entire campaign, which I can appreciate. Especially, you know, when you got to the point where it was just like, okay, I know what I'm doing. We're just kind of doing this to kill time as I get a couple more characters up to max level or something. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, also, thank you, Sushant. I love you. This runs for you, baby. Maybe. Unless I lose. Then please don't take the run. You can return it for a full refund. Of nothing. It's free. Oh, okay. Keep on seeing what's happening around here, though. No way I'm not going to be going through the full thing. If I was doing the distillery, maybe we wouldn't be hitting up the full area, but everything else here, why not? 20,000 hitted points. Still not happy being at 50% health, but it's okay. Hey, hit him already. I think this run is looking quite saucy. The only thing I'm worried about is maybe having damage fall off by final boss. Or just completely screwing something up and having to use all my potion charges. It can happen. It can happen. Correctly pronounce my name. Yes! It's such a rarity around these parts. Glad I can finally get at least one educated guess. I think the most frustrating thing is that when you have a tier 1 boss still alive and parties are like, nah, this isn't enough of a challenge for me. I mean, I understand why they did that, you know? There are town events and everything that can do that, but yeah, it's annoying if your entire party, like your entire huge set of characters is all max level and they refuse to go beat up the necromancer because no, I don't feel like it. Whatever. Well, go ask somebody else. And it's like, well, that means that I have to go kick out tier 5 party members to go get somebody else to do that. Yeah, that's kind of an annoying bit because of course I would often put off some of the rougher and tougher sort of bosses, even if they're only tier 1 characters, just because they're so annoying to deal with. Looking at you, Prophet. Sonorous Prophet, or whatever the first tier 1 was called. It's so annoying to deal with, and you gotta have a very specific... Oh, no dodge tank in that one. Like with Wolf. Oh, y'all remember Wolf? Well, but anyway, it's like, yeah, I like a lot of the stuff that I've seen in Darkest Dungeon 2. Just want to wait for it to keep shaping up a little bit more. Some cool stuff, though. Add in like a fast mode and everything, too, I think would be cool. All right. Get stressed for not sending them out. I don't remember them getting stressed for not sending them out, but... I don't know, maybe I'm just remembering wrong. Stress was always a thing where... I would usually have it pretty well on lock, but that's also mostly because it rolled with a lot of jesters. Nice. I'm a big fan of the jesters and their ability to heal stress. You either take that out or... Yeah, that was another frustrating thing with Darkest Dungeon 1. Man, stress management is hard. It's either kill everything on the first turn or take a like either Jester or a Crusader along with you. Because like, oh yeah, well, I'm gonna go take one of the other characters. Well, yeah, they ain't gonna work nearly as well. Trust me, as you're having your Flagellant have heart attacks constantly. Or, a lot more fun, how many times did your Houndmaster miss the stress heal over and over on the one character that actually has stress? You know how that is. Stress management is hard IRL, man, though. Telling me. God, you're telling me. Oh, it's almost more of a reason than anything else. Go unwind after the stream here. I probably should have waited a little bit to take that, but it's like, what, 5% health that I missed out on? That's okay. I can live. What are the affixes on Bombard? I mean, the most important affix here is plus 80% on poison. That's more than anything else. That's what I really need. But like the drop a grenade is nice. Burns ground is also nice. Not important. It's just a little bit of extra damage here and there. Literally everyone I've met is always stressed out. No, I mean, I know for me, it's like, depends on what sort of circles you have running in. I'm like my dad, for example. That dude takes everything in stride. It's kind of amazing. He has a level of chill. Of course, I take after my mom, on the other hand. There's a level of chill that is unmatched by anything. It's kind of amazing. But, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Hold up here. But yeah, like I said, I take after my mom, though. So, anxiety for me. Okay. Oh, and there's where I'm trying to get to. Wait, do I have all 3 keys? I don't. Shh. Let's hit in here, then. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Ah. Oh, W Leper plus Man-at-Arms front. I mean, I like Man-at-Arms front. Highwayman, of course, is the one you want to take. That lunge plus point blank combo is just, you know, chef's kiss amazing. And of course, it's just, yeah, he can do pretty good damage just about at any point in the line. Crusader is really good, but Crusader I would often use for just stress healing because he's got a stress heal. He has a dedicated single hitting stress heal that was so good, even if it was pretty minor compared to what the Jester could do. It's like the Crusader, of course, also has a lot of other stuff going on as well. Whether it's the ability to get a big boy, big protection, or basic heals, even as minimal as they might be. The lunge forward for the movement, extra damage against undead. A lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff. Yes, this is in beta right now. This is the beta patch, latest beta patch is what we're looking at. In case you want to follow along at home. Try and hit you down here. This, on the other hand, is more of a problem. Okay. That'll work. I'm not even going to worry too much about getting it. I have 80,000 gold. Your chef should really not be kissing you like that. Well, I mean, he does the hand kiss thing. You know the chef's kiss thing that I'm talking about. Well, why not? What's wrong with that? You're too old to get kisses from your chef's chat. Come on. Vestal, I never. Vestal, I always wanted to take an occultist. Yeah, I know. 0 crit heal plus bleed, but still. The good heals are good, and you got the high critical eldritch whatever the sacrificial stab. Vulnerability hex for your marking parties. You got oh man, I'm gonna sneeze. No, I'm not. Okay. Vulnerability hex for your marking parties. Weakening curse for your high protection guys. Man, that guy could do it all. That guy could do it all. Remember watching your vids about 5 boss cell and saying, nah, I'm never reaching this, and this week I got there and finished game 5 boss cell? Nice! That puts you like at less than 1%, the less than 1% elite that have actually beaten the game fully. Congratulations. enjoy one of the best items in the entire game. If you end up going into it even harder than you already have. Okay, careful. Careful. Okay. I do think this bank update is pretty nice. No perfect fight, but that's okay. I do enjoy this bank update. Yeah. A lot of fun stuff. This item right here that I'm using is quite saucy. Yeah. My bombard. Okay. Oh, no shame if you haven't gotten to 5 boss elbow either, because it's like, yo, have you seen this game before? Dead Cells, difficulty-wise, is a fun... Oof. Oh, I'm gonna go for the heal. Right now, because that's the good point to use it. Got it. No, once again, I've already kind of wanged getting a perfect fight, so this is okay. Okay, yeah. Don't worry. Oh, I don't like getting rid of both of those, but I should have it back before the bad stuff occurs. Here, Gold Blood would have probably been a pretty good use too. It's fine. It's fine. I love the phrase wanging it. I love the phrase wanging it. I don't know why. It's just a good onomatopoeia. But, you know, that is 4 Cultist 4, Vestal 1. Yeah, Vestal like also isn't in Darkest Dungeon 2 either. Trying not to use Survival to complete the game since I feel Ice Shards and Broadsword. It's a really good combo. Ice Shards plus anything Survival, like big, huge Survival especially. Look at like the run I did with Oven Axe. It's like that is an amazing combo, which is why I had to like install the rule of don't use Ice Shards with every single Survival outfit possible. Oh, we didn't go to the lighthouse, but we got the outfit. Because otherwise I just would. It's that good. It's that good of an item. It's an amazing combo. You can just dual bind them too. And that will get enemies taking a ton of damage before they can even react. But of course, it's like you can always create good runs here and there, depending on what sort of items you end up unlocking. Or have unlocked for the run. Plenty of ones that I've given as suggestions in the past. Even though some of them, needless to say, not as useful anymore. Face Flask still remains a triple S tier item, which is frustrating. I don't think we'll have him in Darkest Dungeon 2. Yeah, I mean, apparently, like, what, does she canonically die against the final boss of Darkest Dungeon 1 or something like that? Because I thought that's what it was, which is silly, but sure, whatever. Take him out. A blowgun should be pretty easy to take out librarians, but I don't like them anyway. Yeah, Survival doesn't have too many worthwhile mutations. It's got some pretty saucy ones. I got like 40% extra health right now, which I think is great. Gastronomy too can give you some huge damage buffs or just a lot of extra healing. Necromancy is one of those good use in case of emergency type of things. Well, activates in an emergency. I mean, of course, there's also stuff like Berserk and everything, which can prevent you from taking too much damage over time. I am working with legendary items. I suppose I should probably be splitting up my health a little bit more, but it's fine. It's cool, trust me. All right, go see for the other thing. Clearly, the final boss of Darkest Dungeon 2. I'm kind of curious as to what they're going to end up doing, because what a very weird circumstance. Especially looking at places like the... Wow, no, boys. He's not looking too hard for me. Especially looking at places like the Fetter, which, oh boy. what a good, disgusting area they added into that game. It's, curious as to where they're going. Okay. No, and you're not going to be super useful. But, yeah. Alright. He used to have some of the best ones for the entire game. I mean, the old school necromancy. It's amazing. No school necromancy is okay. You can use it in a pinch. I do use it in a pinch, actually, pretty regularly, as you can see right now. But, you know, old school one, it's like, yeah, that's a mutation you had to unlock from the very beginning. One of the best that you can get. But, of course, now that malaise is no longer a thing, unfortunately, that's the point in time that we lose out on the really overpowered stuff. It's too bad, really. We played Untitled, of course. Big fan of Untitled. Watched a bunch of playthroughs of Deltarune. Have not played it myself, though. Are the mutations from the bank I really like? I think gold armor is probably a very good, like, especially final boss type of mutation to take, and that'll work. I like the time is money type of one, even though it kind of pales in comparison to Midas Blood. Midas Blood is why I have nearly 100,000 gold right now. Keep that in mind. I would not have nearly this amount of money if I didn't take Midas Blood. Does gold armor keep the kill streak? I don't think so. I think it works like normal damage, but I'm not entirely sure. Still, though, it'll tank a couple pretty big hits for you, especially late in the game. Especially if you've been taking Midas Blood the entire time, because, yeah, look, 100,000 gold. Okay, well, that's my fault. 100,000 gold, 100,000 damage nullified. Some good stuff. There we go. Mushroom boy. Yeah, sure. Come along, Mushroom boy. Let's take it to the end. You're a fun Gus. You're a fun dude. There's almost something there. It does keep the kill streak, at least in the beta. Oh, that's interesting. I was wondering if that would not activate for... I was wondering if that was not going to activate for, like, curses. But maybe it... I was wondering if that would activate for curses, you know, being like armor. But I never actually found out. Alright, come on. See, this is where Necromancy really does shine. Now I don't have to use all of my potion charges. In fact, if I play this right, I should be going into the boss fight with all of my potion charges. Ugh, I hate this. I hate being in the box. I'm the man in the box. Now finish the song, Doc. No, I refuse to. Okay. Well, at least got that. At least if I do continue to get hit an awful lot. Well, I'll just take it right now. I got a 50% heal coming up here. I should be totally okay. Totally fine. Not anymore as well for perfect bosses. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. I expected nothing less because that would be pretty cheesy, even though it's not, especially on like 5-cell mode, it's not going to block that much damage, you know? Well, whatever, I don't have the other key, but I can get up here easy enough. The alien key is all I really need to get into the first area, after all. Oh. Oh my god, just hit him. Well, anyway. Oh, they still don't have the 3-shot coming out here. I like the 3-shot. I think that's just an error, but I don't know if that was something they happened to change up anyway. Good. Was it kind of a cheap way to deal extra damage from these things? Sure, but whatever. Ha! Thank you. That stuff. I still need Scarecrow. I've gotten so close to doing Scarecrow so many times, especially as of late. I had some really good runs for that, but I still managed to wang it. I mean, I wang stuff a lot, you know. Talk about that. Okay. We'll get the elite here, too. Yep. Pretty nice, and that'll get me up here. Not quite to the end, but close enough. Now, where do I go to get the... Oh, I guess it's all the way up here. Oh, yeah, I can see the key right there. Okay, well, hopefully I'll find the shop, too. I mean, I can see it right here, but apparently I can't get to it from right here, which is kind of weird. Good enough. Whoa, that was close. Kind of risky trying to take out the elite there, but at the same time, you know. Okay, and here we go. Good, good, and good. Okay, and then, yeah. This should be everything I need to do to finish up this run. Yep. 90,000 gold. Get that 0 malaise. Get that 50% heal. Ooh, we looking good. Even still got 60,000 gold left. I can go and take that gold armor. All right. I'm on 99% with a lantern and got hit by a mushroom dude. Man, those are the mushroom guys. That's why I always prioritize them whenever I do the scarecrow fight. Because they'll sneak up on you. Like, they will really sneak up on you. And it's the worst to lose, like, yeah, a perfect fight purely because of that. And there we are. There we go. Let's get out of here. I can probably go optimize this a little bit more if I explore it around, but that's fine. Flawless with legendary Valmont whip stun locking. You can stun lock? I don't even know that. Traps in the Astrolab do more damage than the enemies, yeah? yeah. There's a good reason why for a while when the Astrolab was like first new. Let's go over here. I don't really need... Reroll this. Go get me a little bit of disengagement. Still want to keep the massive amount of health. And then I'll go... Oh, yeah, I don't have Midas Armor. I forgot. I didn't unlock that mutation yet. Well, no. Well, no. No, that's why. Just do recovery. More money. Yeah, but for what end? To what end? I was taking a masochism a bunch of times of when Observatory was first introduced. Observatory and the Astrolab. I still think it's not a bad idea, to be honest. But, you know. Alright, let's do this. I got on my cool Mama Tick outfit. A good one. A good one. But, it's a good, like, yellow and blue. It's like a movie poster type of thing. Whoa, that was close. Not close enough, though. Ooh, good. Oh, well, no perfect fight. Can't say I really expected that, though. Come on, get into some extra phases already. You can still see I'm still gaining money doing this. So many times that I've gotten so close to doing this fight perfectly, and man, I still keep failing it every single time, I tell you. Few good smacks out. My soldier's resistance, because it still does affect the potion healing, which would be pretty unfortunate if I have to blow through 2 potion charges every time I take too much damage. Like this. Okay. Mm-hmm. Come on, go down already. It'll be a perfect one to do a Curse Sword. Not necessarily, because you remember, I only count being able to beat the Hand of the King. Or just a good run, it doesn't matter. as being a successful run in that way. Mm-hmm. I'll get this eventually. You ever no hit? I did! You can go look at that back in the Rhythm and Bazooki episode. But I didn't get the achievement, and the outfit for it didn't exist at the time. So, yeah, it didn't really make too much of a difference. I didn't get the achievement because I was using, I used the starting item, the Mushroom Boy. So that was, of course, incredibly frustrating. I've also done, like, plenty of one-hit runs and stuff like that. But I don't, it's something that escapes me. I gotta watch out for that. I really gotta make sure that I'm not too close to this guy after all. Will you cut that out? Okay. I like that he just keeps getting interrupted doing that attack. Thanks, Mushroom Boy. Truly the boyest and mushroomist of all. Come on, this should not be This is a successful fight. I'm calling it right now. Called shot here. This is a successful fight. Will you just go down already? Come on. There we go. Perfect. And you thought that I was gonna die there, so shut up. Yeah, I know. I was a little bit too uncautious, but it's fine. Called shot successful. Now punch him a lot. Nice GG. I got a flawless fight. Looks like I was dealing a lot of damage with Breach of Scarecrow. Really? Is that a thing? I don't know if that was a thing or not. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What a fun time. Well, good stuff. But that is a successful run. All right. Now, how long do we got until Elden Ring comes out? What are we looking at? Because I think in all likelihood, probably don't have enough time for an entire extra run, but we do have enough time for me to go and grab 2 hours. Well, if I did successfully on the first try, but it's probably not going to happen. And said, look forward to that one coming out. Hey, anybody, if you're watching this, I might be streaming right now. That very game. Minesweeper. You could also do Baba as you if you want to, but no. Let's hang it up here, and I'll just be right back for that soon enough.